Hooray! Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 117th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as the 4th episode of Season 3 titled Ninja Quest, Part 1. We begin this episode at a volleyball competition where it's Angel Grove versus Stone Canyon. Apparently, the winners get a free lunch at Ernie's new outdoor cafe. All the Rangers are on the Angel Grove team despite 3 of them being from Stone Canyon. Anyways, on the moon, Zed has surprised Rita with a new telescope as a wedding anniversary, and Rita is confused as to how long they've been married. Also, it's called the repulsoscope. Something then crash lands on the moon and it creates a rumbling noise, which distracts the Rangers momentarily before they keep playing. On the moon, a skeleton man arrives from the crash landing crater. He takes out eggs and he starts to bury them, and he's going to go visit Rita and Zed. He immediately crash teleports into the moon base, and Goldar seizes him. Rita is shocked. He is Rito Revolto, Rita's brother. At the command center, Alpha and Zordon are trying to figure out what the disturbance was on the moon. Back at the volleyball game, Adam spikes a ball. Anyways, Rita sees the eggs while Rito plays with Zed's staff, who takes it back angrily. Rito says that they're a late wedding present for her and Ed, which is kind of hilarious. Rita wants Rito to lead an army of monsters down to Earth, and she suggests that he acts as the decoy. Finster says he'll dig out his best monster molds and get started. Of course, the volleyball game ends with Angel Grove winning thanks to them showing off, and they shake hands with Stone Canyon. Ernie says that lunch is on the house for everyone. Meanwhile, Rito is bench pressing styrofoam boulders, and Rita begs to know what's in the eggs, and Rito says, "It's a surprise." At the outdoor cafe, the Rangers hang out, but Tommy isn't there because he's taking the volleyball net to the athletic department. Meanwhile, 2 girls are talking about how they love a man in uniform, so they want to get to know who the male Power Rangers are. Bulk says that this gives him an idea, and he tells Skull to follow his lead. Bulk commands everyone's attention, and apparently, he just straight up says that Bulk and Skull have decided to enroll in the Angel Grove Junior Police Patrol, much to everyone's stupid reaction. Finster introduces a bunch of ZO2 monsters like Fighting Flea, Lizinator, Octofant, and Stag Beetle, who will be joined by Rito down on Earth. Then Rito gets confused on how to get out of the moon base, and it's amazing how much emotion the guy in the Zed suit can convey without a face. The 5 monsters arrive on Earth, and the other monsters hide while Rito sits on the ground, waiting to ambush the Rangers. The alarms go off in the command center, and Alpha says that they can't really see what's going on, so they're gonna have to just send in the Rangers without really knowing what's gonna happen. Alpha contacts Tommy, and then he's gonna go meet up with the others. In the forest, the 6 walk around seeing nothing. Then Rito flips in, and it's morphin time, and the coolest morphing setup in Mighty Morphin history. Rita and Zed then cross paths, making Rito grow giant for absolutely no reason, while the Rangers run away in terror. Time to call out the Thunder Zords. They formed a Thunder Megazord and the White Tiger Zord in Warrior mode pretty quickly before more US Zord footage. They fight Rito, and they do better than last time by putting miniature buildings near them. Much better for force perspective. Now Zed and Rita make all the monsters grow giant out of nowhere, and the Rangers are completely ambushed. Alpha struggles to get more power to the Rangers, but Zordon warns him to be as careful as possible because the power just isn't there, and it could overload things, I think. Then Rito just starts destroying the crap out of the Megazords. Zordon gets in contact with the Rangers, telling them to get out of there because the flux in power could strip them of their own Ranger powers. Now things are in the red, and smoke is coming from the command center consoles while the villains on the moon are dancing because they're being successful for once. The monsters all attack the Megazords over and over again before they all just have to jump ship, landing on the ground without their suits anymore. Then suddenly, explosions erupt in front of them, and smoke goes everywhere, and then the Zords just start coming apart, starting with the White Tiger Zord's head. I mean, the Thunder Megazord is pretty much just a torso. Kim screams, "No!" as she runs forward, and the others hold her back, staring at the destruction in front of them. We end this episode with an extended scene of the villains dancing and celebrating to the Rangers losing. To be continued. This episode's amazing. Rito is an awesome new villain who holds his own against the Rangers easily, and the way that they shot their own Zord footage and then even made it so that the Zords fell apart and were utterly decimated was awesome. Not only that, but the entire episode was just shot better than any of the other ones I think we've seen thus far. Solid outing by Power Rangers, and it's actually making me kind of excited for Season 3. Next time, will the Rangers be able to regain their powers? Until then, may the power protect you.